Hey, fifth graders, here we go. It is time for some math. All right, we're going to be opening up to page 678. We are on lesson 91. So get there real quick in your math books, and while you're getting those out and getting open up to that page, I'm going to go over some of our objectives for us. So by the end of this lesson today, you guys should be able to take a decimal number and simplify it, which basically means take off any extra zeros that don't belong. If they're on the front, take them off. If they're on the back, take them off. If they're in the middle, keep them there. Can't get rid of those ones. Okay, another thing we're going to be doing is evaluating expressions using the distributive property. Now remember, we've done the distributive property over and over and over and over again. But it's one of those concepts that still kind of trips us up sometimes. So make sure you're paying attention. And then the other thing we're going to be doing is comparing and putting in order fractions and decimals on a number line. We've already done it, but now we're going to do it some more just to make sure it's stuck in there. All right, so on page 679, basically, guys, I'm not going to spend the whole time reading over the lesson because it is this simple. Check this out. So if we have a decimal number that looks just like this right here, the way you simplify this decimal number is get rid of any zeros that are in front of our whole number. So we're gonna cross this dude off right here. He's out. And then if there's any on the back side of the decimal number over here on the right hand side. So both these guys, they're out. And so our finished answer is this right here. That's it. That's it. That's simplifying a decimal number, you guys. Is that easy? And hopefully you're all at home just shaking your heads like, yes, that is easy, Mr. Poole. We got this. Okay, yeah, I'm sure you are. I'm praying you are. That would be wonderful. Okay, now if we have a number that looks like this, let's try another one. Let's say I have 30.000. Okay, let's see, who could help me out? Austin, I know you're paying attention. I know your mom's somewhere in the house probably, or your dad. Hey, get ready to do this one. Now, what zeros can I take out, Austin? Tell me, which ones? Which ones? Which ones? Come on, tell me. All right, oh, not this again. No, I was praying against this happening. Let's see if we can move stuff around. Okay, I heard you say it, Austin. You said get rid of the last three zeros. Like these ones, right? Awesome. Now, can I get rid of this zero? Can I take that one out? Nope. So we're going to jump backwards. That one has to stay because notice it's between this front number and the decimal. If it's in the middle, can't get rid of it. If it's out here by itself, on that side of the decimal, get rid of it. If we got zeros out here in the front, get rid of those guys. They don't belong. This would be your simplified decimal number, would just be 30. Easy peasy. All right. Ooh, let's do example number one together. We got 3.75 plus 2.75. So 3.75 plus 2.75. Add these puppies up. Here we go. 5 plus 5 is 10. We've been doing that since kindergarten, right? 5 plus 5 is 10. Okay, sweet. So we get a 0 there. Carry that 1. 7 plus 7 is 14, right? 14 plus 1 is 15. We bring that decimal straight down. And we carry a 1. 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. All right, sweet. So there's our 6. Now, we got to simplify this thing. Do you see any zeros that don't belong? Yes, you should all be yelling, yes, we see it, Mr. Poole. All right, I hope. Yes, this guy right here. That guy does not belong anymore. So our simplified answer is just 6.5. Awesome. Now, example 2 is important. Check this out. So we have the number 5. And our board is going crazy again. All right. So example number 2, we have the number 5, and it says add a 0 to the end without changing the value of the number. So watch, if I put a 0 here, is that still worth 5? No, that's going to be 50. 50 is no bueno. It is not the same as 5. So we got to do something. Let's get rid of that 0 for a second, then we'll go back and figure it out. Now, if I put a little decimal point right here, all right, we put a 0 right here. 5.0, is that still equal to 5? Yes. Do we add a 0 to the end of it? Yes. All right, cool, that's all you gotta do. So if it says add 2 zeros, you just gotta put 2. If it says add 3, add 3. Now, if you try to put your 0 out here, that wouldn't change the value, but that's not the end of the number. It says add it to the end of the number. All right, okay, cool. So let's get rid of that guy. We'll do this, we'll do that. All right, let's look at example 3. Example 3 is a little tricky. It's talking about a snail moving, and the snail moves at 1.2 seconds per centimeter. All right, so that was test 1. So they did test 1, and then they did test 2, and it traveled at the same speed. Let me make sure that's right, 1.2, awesome, wonderful. Now, they want us to use the distributive property to figure this out. So we have test 1, we have test 2. Now, we're going to take test 1 plus test 2, and we're going to multiply that times 1.2 seconds. And so once we plug in, let's see. If we plug in our number here for T1 or T2 of how many seconds the test was conducted, then we can work it out. 1.2 seconds per centimeter. Yes, there you go. Make sure I wrote that right. So if we say for test 1, they did it for 5 seconds, and test 2, they did it, let's say, for 10 seconds, we could add these two together. So that's 15 seconds worth of time times the 1.2 centimeters. And let's see, 1.2 times 15. We're going to work that out over here. So 1.2. So 2 times 15 is 30. We got to put our space holder in there, right? And then 1 times 15 is 15. We add these guys together. There's 0, there's 8, there's 1. And then notice we came over 1 decimal place. 1 decimal place. So we start here, we move over 1 spot, we drop in our decimal. So how far did he travel in that 15 seconds? It would be 18.0 centimeters. But wait, this whole lesson is all simplifying decimal numbers. Do you think I should leave it 18.0? Thumbs up, you think 18.0 right now. Okay. Thumbs up, you think 18. Yeah, if you got a thumb up right now, you're right. Yeah, we gotta get rid of this guy. Let's get rid of this guy. And we will just have 18 centimeters would be your answer. Sweet. Turn the page. We're on page 680 now. Now, we got a number line. And we're gonna go from 0 So we got 0, we got 1, we got 0.5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, that works. Now let's look at the fractions and the decimals they give us. They give us 6 over 10. We got 6 tenths. We got 1/5. We got 1.1. And we got 0.80. All right, so let's put these things where they go. Let's start with the easy one. 6 tenths, easy peasy, right? So if we turn that into decimal, that'd be 0.6. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's gonna be our 6 tenths. We can go ahead and label it up there. Now 1/5, a little trickier. We'll come back to 1/5. Let's go 1.1. So we go over here to 1, and we go over one space. It's that easy. So far we've got that one, we've got that one. Ooh, now 0.80. 0.80 is the same as 8 over 10. If we simplify that decimal and get rid of that last zero, so basically we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here is 0.80. All right, so now we're back here to 1/5, kind of the trickier of the lot. Now, if we want to, we could take 1/5 and we could turn it into a fraction over 10, because then it's putting it into tenths, so our brain can see it the same way as all these other ones we've done. Now, 5 times 2 is 10, so we gotta multiply the top times 2 also. If we do it on the bottom, gotta do it on the top. 1 times 2 would be 2/10. Now, let's find that 2/10. We start at 0, we go 1, 2. Now, I'm gonna use our original fraction up here. I'm gonna keep 1/5 because the book is gonna be looking for the original fraction or original decimal it gave us here when we look for this final answer. So, they wanted us to take all these numbers and put them in order, but notice, it didn't want them from least to greatest. It does not want them this way to that way, they want it greatest to least. Be careful, every now and then the book tricks you like that. They throw it in there, they want it backwards. Okay, so we put it backwards, here we go. We got 1.1, we have 0.80, we have 6/10, and we have 1 over 5. So, hopefully that's what we got. If you didn't get it, maybe go back, hit rewind, watch it one more time, and away we go. Sweet, we're already in lesson practice, guys. Take out a sheet of paper, something you can write on to copy down our lesson practice as we go. Seriously, super duper easy. So A, we have 0.320. Let's switch colors. Let's go with green. All right, so A, 0.320. Did I write that right? Yes, I did. And while you're working on that one, I'm gonna write B up here also, or C, we're gonna jump to C. So we have 32.00. Cool, so, real quick, let's see, Serena, what's the answer for A? What am I gonna do to simplify this to make it its final simplified answer? All right, say it louder so Big Brother knows you're paying attention. Yeah, there you go. 3.2. All we do is get rid of the zeros, and then we have our main answer. Simplify. Is that simple? Nice. Let's see. Who else could I call on? Who out there? Ooh. Lucas. Lucas, help me out here, bro. For C, what am I going to do to make C simplified? Remember the whole lesson. Get rid of the extra zeros. Okay, where are the extra zeros, Lucas? Come on, man, yell it out. Yeah, there you go. I heard you. I heard you nice and loud. You put down the Fortnite for a second, and I'm glad you're paying attention. Attaboy. Hey, keep being responsible, man. You're doing great. Okay, so we get rid of these zeros, and it kind of looks like a weird face. I don't know, whatever. So we get rid of those zeros, and then boom, there is our final simplified answer. Just 32. That's it. All right. So, let's do E. 3.65 plus 6.35. So E, we have 3.65 plus 6.35. All right, should be working this out right now on your piece of paper. Let me see, who in the other class can I call on? Gavin, you're watching this right now. Pay attention, son. All right, Gavin, work this thing out for me. Yell it out for me. So 5 plus 5 is how much, Gavin? Yep, there you go. It's 10. We carry that 1. 6 plus 3 is 9, right, Gavin? Then 9 plus 1, that's pretty easy. We got this many, then you add one more, right? Okay, sweet. So that's 10. And we carry another one. So we got 6 plus 3 again. Oh, wait. 6 plus 3, and then we add one more. And that gives us our 10 we're looking for. Because 6 and 3 is 9, and then there's that 10th one. Now, Don't forget that decimal number, Gavin. Don't forget it. That decimal's gonna come straight down here, right? Awesome. Now, simplify. How do we simplify that thing and make it nice and simple and short and small and sweet, but yet right? Yes, we just get rid of the extra zeros on the right side of the decimal. The zeros didn't make it. I guess you should have a sad face, huh? Oh. All right, so our 10 is our final answer. Remember, we can't get rid of this 10 because it is between the 1 and it is between the decimal. If we take away that 0, it becomes 1. And we know that 1 and 10 are not the same number. I'd rather have $10 than $1, right? Sweet. So you can't, if you take away the 0 and it changes the value, you took away the wrong 0. Don't take that one away. Let's do G. 4.28 minus 3.18. Did that wrong. So we got 4.28, 3.18, and we're gonna subtract these guys. Let's see, who in that other class, who can I call on? Gracie Anderson. Gracie, I know you're paying attention, right? If you're not, you are now. Come on, girl, come on. All right, so subtract this thing for me. Check it out. Yell it out nice and loud so mom knows that you're paying attention. 8 minus 8 is how much, Gracie? 0. All right, now 2 minus 1, Gracie, how much would that be? 2, take away 1, boom, 1, right? Awesome. And then let's not forget this. We got to bring these guys straight down. That decimal's got to come straight down there. And then super duper easy. 4 minus 3. We take 3 away. What's that leave us? There you go. Easy peasy. Oh, I almost forgot. Now we got to simplify. I mean, the whole lesson was simplifying, and your teacher almost forgot to simplify. All right, Gracie, simplify. Do you see any zeros that don't belong? Absolutely, this guy right here. Let's get rid of that one. Boom, there's our answer. 1.1. Almost looks like a face there too. Why, I'm seeing faces everywhere. I know, I don't get to see my faces in here, so I gotta make them on the board, I guess. All right, cool. All right, let's do I, and then we're gonna jump to our written practice, go over a couple questions real quick. There. So I says, attach a 0 to the end of a 6 without changing its value. So we got the number 6. Add a 0 to it without changing the value. Now if I put the 0 here, that means 60. That changes the value, right? So I got to do something between these two numbers to make it not change the value. Yell it out if you know. Here it comes. Boom. Decimal. Got to put a decimal point between 6 and the 0. Now you got 6. Everything is all good. All right. Grab out your math sheet for tonight. And we're going to go over a couple questions. Go ahead and pause the video if you don't have your math sheet ready, because you're going to want to have the answers. All right, sweet. Number 2 is the first one we're going to look at. And really, I'm just giving you a quick tip on number 2. Number 2, they're talking about 52 people that got tickets to go to the basketball arena. Each ticket was $26.50. So you must make sure that when you multiply the 52 times the 26.50, make sure that you count those 2 decimal places, and down here in your answer, you know, you're gonna have to add your 0, that you move over 2 spots when you put that decimal in there. Don't forget. All right, that was all I was gonna help you with on number 2. All right. So, number 4 is tricky just because of the way it's worded. It says, how many 1/8 are in 1/2? So what that's saying really is, even though the 1/8 comes first in the word problem, like how many 1/8 are in, they're looking at how many are in 1/2. So that's saying, let's see, this was number 4. So that's saying how many are in 1/2. So we are actually dividing 1/8 into 1/2. So the 1/2 comes first. Ooh. Now, don't forget, when we divide fractions, we're changing it to multiplication. This first 1/2 slides down. This dude comes down here, becomes multiplication. And then what are we gonna do with this? Yell it out. That's right, the reciprocal. We're gonna flip that thing upside down. All right, so now we got 8/1. Now multiply. I'm gonna give you a hint. It's gonna be improper. And if it's improper, you gotta make it into either a whole number or a mixed number. Here's another hint. This one's gonna be a whole number. It's not gonna be a mixed number. Okay, sweet. If I'm moving too fast because I'm trying to like make the video not be like an hour long, go ahead, hit pause, copy that down, and finish the problem. Sweet. Now let's look at 5, the distributive property. This is what I was telling you guys. We've done this before. Now we're gonna rock and roll on it one more time. We're gonna switch colors to purple. All right, so we have 8 times 39 is equal to 8 times something. Let's see what letter they use. P. Plus 8 times 9. Now remember, here we go, check this out. All we're doing is we're taking the number 39 and we have distributed that number out to this spot and this spot. So if I've already got 9 of it over here, what is left to go into the area where P is? So think about 39 minus 9. You see what's happening there? Yeah, there you go. I know you got it. Cool. I'm not going to write the answer out because you should be able to figure it out after that hint I just gave you. Awesome. Turn the page with me. Now, number 12. Number 12 is another division problem with fractions that I wanted to do with you guys because it's got a whole number to start. And I just don't want you guys to forget with those whole numbers, we gotta start by making them into a fraction. So number 12 is 3 divided by 2/3. So let's go ahead and turn that 3 into a fraction to start. Step 1, turn it into a fraction. Step 2, bring that fraction straight down. Does not change, comes straight down. Step 3, we're gonna change that to a multiplication sign. All right, and then remember, step 4. I think we're on step 4. All right, step 4, we're gonna flip this fraction upside down because remember, it's the reciprocal. Since we're changing to multiply, we're gonna use the reciprocal of the last fraction. This guy right here gets flipped upside down. Sweet, now you're gonna multiply. That will give you, what's 3 times 3? Let's see, Joshua yelled out 3 times 3? That's 9. And then 1 times 2 is 2. Uh-oh, that's improper. Can't leave it that way. So you're gonna have to take that 9/2. You're gonna have to divide 2 into 9. I'm not gonna take you all the way there. I've gotten you like basically to the front door. All you gotta do is turn the knob and push it open. Awesome. Let's see. Remember, on number 18, guys, is 35 squared. Now, 35 squared is this 35 times 2? No, don't do that. 35 squared means 35 times 35. So you're gonna remember, you're gonna multiply here first. 5 times 5, and then you're gonna go 5 times 3, and then once we multiply times the 3, here in the tens place, remember you gotta add the space holder before you add those two numbers together, or before you start multiplying. All right, let's check one more. Let's see, a couple more. Ooh, 22. We haven't seen one like this in a long time, and I just want to make sure you guys are with me. Check out number 22. So number 22, we've got 5 3/4 minus 3 minus 1 3/4. Now, here's the tricky part. Everybody pay attention because I know maybe half of you are going to get this problem wrong. If not half, like a third, like 33% of you guys. Now, can I take one, hold on, I gotta fix that. There we go. That won't happen again, I hope. Now, can I take 1 3/4 away from 3? So if I have it written like this, 3 minus 1 3/4. Can I take 3/4 away from nothing? No, I can't. Remember, we gotta take this 3 and we gotta borrow from it. So it's gonna become a 2. We took 1 away. And then look at our denominator being a 4. So that means we gotta go 4 over 4, because 2 4/4 is equal to 3. Cool, so we just gotta make sure we're still equal, we're good. Now I can subtract. Let's see. Who hasn't answered for me yet lately? Dylan, hook me up here, bro. Help me out. I know you got this. 4/4 minus 3/4. So 4 minus 3 is, what is it, Dylan? Obviously 1, yeah. And then remember, the denominators don't change. Maybe if we get to the bottom, we end up with a 2/4, then yes, we're gonna like reduce that. But right now, 1 over 4, we're gonna go with it. And then 2 minus 1, obviously, there's 1. Sweet, so now we got 1 1/4, and we have to subtract it from 5 3/4. So we're gonna pull it up here, because remember, we were subtracting, so we must subtract it here. I'm gonna get rid of some of this so we can see what we're doing. Awesome. Now, 3/4 minus 1/4. Dylan, go, man. Say it nice and loud so mom and dad know you're paying attention. Awesome. Make sure Garrett's paying attention too, just in case he forgot. All right, so 3/4 minus 1/4 is going to be 2/4. 5 minus 1. 5 minus 1. All right, that's pretty easy, right? 4. Now, we just talked about this down here. What would happen if we ended up with 2 over 4? Now, can I leave that 2/4? Absolutely not. Right, we gotta reduce that fraction. Let's get rid of this guy so we can reduce this fraction. Now, the number that goes into both 2 and 4 is the same number, it's 2. 2 goes into both of these. Now, let's bring our 4 over, because our big 4 does not go away. He's still there. We're only reducing and making the fraction smaller. So 2 goes into 2 one time. 2 goes into 4, or 4 divided by 2 is 2. Sweet. There is your final answer. Please don't get that wrong, because we just took like 3 minutes to go over that problem, and I don't want you to waste your time. So, pay attention. Let's see. 25a, you will end up with a fraction that you need to reduce. So make sure you reduce your fraction on 25a. And then 28, check out 28, the Fibonacci sequence. You guys were in class for this, because remember, Miss Leach was back there, she was watching that lesson. So, the Fibonacci sequence, here we go. So number 28, so it goes 1, 1, 3, 4, 7, 11, 18, or wait, I take that back. I did it wrong. Okay, let's try that over. Here we go. 1 and 1, and then we got 2, and then we got 3, and then we got 5, and then we got 8, and then we got 13, and then we got 21. Woo. All right, and then we need to find the next 3 terms. All right, that's not too bad, right? Remember, what is happening each time? Check it out. 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. So that's all you're going to do. Keep adding the 2 terms. So 5 plus 8 equals 13. 8 plus 13 equals 21. So 13 plus 21, 21 plus whatever this number is going to equal this guy. And then these 2 add together is going to equal that guy. Awesome. So make sure you just keep adding the 2 terms together to get the next term. Sweet, sweet, sweet. I'll give you one hint on number 29. Number 29, it talks about writing all the factors for the number 64. So it's like 1, 64, 2, 30 something. I don't remember. You know, and then let's see, I think there's a 4, and then there's a number in the middle. So Yeah, write all those out. And then B is going to ask you how many factors are there? Is it odd or even? C is going to ask what the median is. So that's the one that's right in the middle. Okay, cool. And then what is the square root of 64? So what number times itself equals 64? So I think you should be able to get that one. All right, awesome. It's been fun. It has been real. I miss you guys. I hope that everybody's doing well, the family's doing well, and you're getting some good like family time on, maybe some good movie time, chilling with the folks, eating some popcorn, you know, who knows. That's kind of what's going on in the pool house, you know, just getting schoolwork done, getting the homework done, and chill out work done, know what I'm saying? All right, miss you guys. We'll see you soon. Let's see, I think you guys got a science quiz coming up, room 10. Room 11, keep working on the state project, get that thing finished up. All right, see you guys later.